DK, Donkey Kong, DK, Donkey Kong is here, finally here, performing for you, and I'm hungry as a monkey do. And what do I want? I think I'll have a lean cuisine, and I'm gonna put it in this cooking machine. And what the? There's a banana in here. What was that? All right, new edition. Put it right. Not right now, Lecter. Doing a little bluey room improvement. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. To my friend Matthew, lots of love from Bandit, and lots of love from Chili. Oh, I love you guys too. Ooh, later, Lecter. I gotta put more stuff away. Okay, what do we got in here? What the? What? Okay, first of all, who keeps saying that? And second of all, what if this got all moldy in here and there would be bugs everywhere? I would have to call major extermination because, come on, this stuff is very valuable to me. I mean, some are common to find, but come on. I have enough stress as it is. Just, God, what? I know you missed me, Lecter. I know you did. No, Lecter. Okay, Lecter, get out. Why do you cats always have to be perverts while we're in the bathroom? Alright. What? No, wait, let me guess. No surprise there. I swear to God, if I see one more banana, I am going to stick it right up someone's... What are you doing here, DK? I'm having kind of a bit of a banana problem right now. Yes, I know there are a lot of bananas in this apartment, but wait. You think there's one behind the wall? Dude, no, there are no bananas behind the wall, okay? Hey, don't break that wall. If you do, you're going to pay for it. No, don't you dare. This is your last warning. Don't do it. The landlord's gonna kill me. Alright, you broke my wall, okay, but I told you there was no banana. What the? That's it. I'm calling maintenance because clearly I have a banana problem here. What? Okay, is he gone? Alright. Alright. Oh man. He chased me so far that I ended up in the jungle. Well, anyway, sorry about that, but since my apartment is being run with bananas right now and maintenance has to take care of it, and Donkey Kong is chasing after me because I have all those bananas, I had to make sure that there was no banana part of me anywhere, specifically on my shirt, so I changed my shirt to Bloodborne. Pretty badass if I do say so myself. And let's not talk about the whole get a remaster thing because we know it's never going to happen, but anyways, because I can't go back to my apartment, and I have to hide from DK right now, I might as well just do the review in the jungle. Don't worry, I got my hat right here. And now I get to finally talk about this game. This time I'm going to be talking about Donkey Kong Bonanza for Nintendo Switch 2. The latest game in the 3D Donkey Kong world. And we actually haven't gotten a 3D Donkey Kong game since 1999 with Donkey Kong 64, which I never actually played, so if there are a lot of references to that game, which I'm sure there are bound to be, just like in the same way as Mario Odyssey had a lot of Mario 64 references, then chances are I am definitely going to leave things out when comparing that to, to this. But anyways, this is from the makers behind Mario Odyssey, and Donkey Kong is on the move right now and getting back his bananas from an evil Monkey King. And from there, he meets a young child version of Pauline, in which they team up, as Pauline has this power behind her where when she sings, Donkey Kong unleashes his Bonanza. And with that, he can destroy pretty much anything that is in his way, from walls to bricks, to clay, to gold, to pretty much anything. And you and Pauline have to go down to the center of the earth, down to the core, to obtain your bananas and obtain this thing that will grant anybody any wish. Now, Nintendo hasn't really been having the best reputation this year, specifically with the prices that they have been bringing into their new system, and the fact that they recently announced that they're going to be doing that for the Switch 1, which pretty much doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's probably because of reasons I don't really want to get into, or maybe it's just possible that maybe they decided to let Muffin take over Nintendo.
Give me $900!
But either way, I'm not really here to talk about that. I'm just here to give you my thoughts if I think this game is truly worth it. Well, due to the fact that there still isn't a whole lot of big Nintendo games out right now, in terms of, big upcoming ones coming out right this minute, we probably have to wait like another month or two. It's still kind of hard to tell if the Switch 2 is fully worth it. I can say, however, if you do have a Switch 2 and don't know exactly what to play, because not many people have been too pleased with Mario Kart World, at least not gamers, but if I were to recommend, this would definitely be it. A lot of people have been saying that this would probably be the successor, or pretty much like the Nintendo Switch 2's version of Mario Odyssey, since it was from the people behind that game, that incredible game that was just full of things to do, full of collectibles, full of moons to get, and full of challenges. It was just all around a phenomenal game. And we haven't gotten a 3D Mario game after that, at least not yet anyway, because again, this is a new console and we're bound to get one anyway. But I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, I did not want to rush this game whatsoever. I wanted to get as many of the bananas as I possibly could. I did not want to go to the next world until I got every single banana. And even after you beat the game, there's still plenty of post-game content. I literally spent over 35 hours in this game, and I'm still not finished with it. 35 hours excluding the post-game content. I'm not even kidding. I literally spent that much time with this game. You know that I did not want to rush this game. I cannot tell you how much fun I've had with this game. I just wanted to explore every single area. I just wanted to see all the hidden areas that there were in terms of like the challenges that the game brings, because I'm going to tell you right off the bat, this game's actually quite easy when it comes to the main storyline. Because when it came to older Donkey Kong games, they were definitely known for their challenge. Even the modern Donkey Kong Country games had quite a bit of challenge to them. So for people looking for a good challenge, you're probably not going to get it here until after the game. I haven't done many of the challenges yet. I just start off getting more of the bananas, like the ones that are quite easy to find. Now, in terms of my history with Donkey Kong, I actually haven't played as much Donkey Kong as I have with Mario or Zelda or Metroid or Smash Brothers. But hey, Donkey Kong has become an icon throughout the years of Nintendo, so it's about time he did get a new game, especially one that's three-dimensional. And in terms of the gameplay, I just love the fact that you can literally destroy any possible thing that represents a wall. Like, when it comes to the map, you can actually see that there are parts to the map that you destroyed, and the game even gives you the opportunity to destroy literally everything. And easily the biggest thing to separate this apart from previous Donkey Kong games is the Bonanzas. And Bonanzas are when Pauline sings, unleashing another animal within you. Like you can turn into, a much more brutal version of Donkey Kong, a zebra where you can run really fast, a snake to jump really high, a bird so you can fly to different areas. And my favorite's probably the elephant because you can literally suck things up in your trunk and just throw rocks. It was just a lot of fun. And sometimes it can help break the game a little bit. Like you can climb on specific areas unless it's something super slippery, and you can just go to one area to another from just flying everywhere. It was just a lot of fun. And yeah, in terms of other collectibles, you do get fossils, in which those fossils also help you get like new clothes, which is something that I didn't really do often, which I feel like I should have, because sometimes when it comes to the clothes, they also give you certain abilities like make your Bonanza last longer or help you with just boost up a little bit more of your skills. And that's the thing. When you get bananas throughout the game, every 5 bananas you get, you'll get a skill point. And with those skill points, you can use to like boost up your basic things from like your power to the length of your limits, to even some of the skills that your Bonanza has, and even unlocking some of your skills for your Bonanzas. And it's always really helpful. Well, not all the time. Some skills they don't feel all that helpful, but at the same time, I didn't really care all that much because I still felt like there was plenty to the gameplay. And while yes, you'll be breaking things a lot, you'll also be doing a lot of different challenges. And while some of the challenges don't really change when it comes to the various different worlds, you're mostly going to be doing the same things until the post-game, which for some people might be a little bit of an irritation because you want more of a challenge, and you'll definitely get that. But even after the main story, there's still lots more to uncover. Even when you felt like you got all the bananas, it just gives you more bananas. So yeah, it's just bananas, but that's really the point of Donkey Kong, is the bananas. He loves his bananas, and he'll stop at nothing to get his bananas. Now, of course, there are going to be references throughout the game, and some references that I thought were really unique. In fact, there's a part of this game that confirms that the Donkey Kong Country trilogy for SNES is canon to this, pretty much. And as the game progressed, it managed to get more interesting, especially with Pauline. Despite the fact that she's mostly good for, singing her songs, and the fact that her songs are very powerful, as there'll be certain hazards that you'll have to use her in order to, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but the point is, there's a good reason why she has her songs with her. Though there are often times where she has to, mention that, oh, there's a banana up ahead, and, oh, wow, you just got this, or, hurry, DK, you're almost hurt, and that did kind of get a little bit annoying, but at the same time, I could care far more less, because I was just focused on getting as many bananas as I can, because, again, it's all about bananas. And I absolutely loved the fact that there was just a banana in every single area, from in the sky to in the ground to behind the walls to this area to this area. It was just a blast, and I just loved most of it. I mean, in terms of gripes that I do have, there are not really any major ones. I guess when it came to some of the opening levels, it didn't really have a whole lot of interesting music. I mean, you can gain these records that you get from defeating enemies, which have their own basic track that you can listen to when you go to your safe zone, which is your little house area where you can boost up your health. Also, when it came to digging underground, sometimes the camera can be a little bit wonky, giving you a hard time to tell exactly what you're doing. And sometimes when it comes to climbing on walls and stuff, the controls will suddenly reverse, and sometimes it's it can be kind of an annoyance, especially when you fall and you have to climb back up again. But it wasn't really much of a struggle. You can fast travel pretty much anywhere, though the load times are a little bit lengthy, not too long. I still managed to have the patience to get to the next area. And also, there are some minor technical glitches in terms of some of the textures just flickering a little bit, but not enough for me to get taken away. And despite the fact that Nintendo Switch 2 is supposed to be more powerful, while the game runs at 60 FPS, sometimes the frame rate will drop a little bit, specifically when you're in your Bonanzas, and sometimes that can be definitely a bit of a bother. It almost reminds you that you're playing this game and you just wish that, it was running smoothly, much more smoothly. But, hey, it wasn't at a point where the game just completely broke. For me, the game broke in a good way in the fact that, when you do have these powers, you can pretty much, get a banana without having to, follow the rules. Because there are also puzzles throughout the game in which they can be pretty cool. I mean, they're not really super challenging. With the amount of powers that you have, there are easier ways of getting past them. So, yeah, while the challenge isn't there for the storyline, it really didn't need it. All I really cared about was having fun in this game, just exploring these worlds, fighting my next banana, and just, exploring the next area, because the level design, too, I really have to give them credit for. Every single area is so well detailed and so interesting when it came to the mechanics, especially when you go up against the bosses that will remind you of other bosses that you fought in Nintendo games like Splatoon, and it has a really satisfying final boss, in my opinion. The game never felt like it was getting too old. Even though you're going to be doing the same challenges, the challenges, they manage to be really fun. Specifically when you're doing like the 3 banana challenges, and some of them pay homage to previous Donkey Kong games, specifically like with the original Donkey Kong Country trilogy. Like with the minecart sections, not nearly as frustrating. In fact, there wasn't really a time where the game just felt unfair. And there wasn't really a time where it felt like the game was being too unfair when it came to certain challenges. I still feel like this game managed to nearly perfect the Donkey Kong formula of the Donkey Kong games of the past, specifically with Donkey Kong 64. Even though I myself never played it, but I know that's exactly what most people have been saying, so the game has definitely been doing its job. It will remind you heavily of Mario Odyssey, especially when it gets to the later part of the game, which I'm not going to spoil. The game might have been out for nearly 2.5 weeks, but I'm still not going to spoil anything here. You really just got to experience this game for yourself. Now, yes, $70 is certainly much for this game, but I played games that were also $70 that had far less content. This game, I feel like, has just enough content, but if you're still not sure, I can't really say wait for a price drop because Nintendo, I don't think they're gonna... you know how Nintendo is. But regardless, it's kind of sad that games like this have to be this price because they're worth playing. Like, there are a lot of really high-priced games out there that I feel like are absolutely worth playing if the prices were a little bit more reasonable. And hey, at least this isn't $80, so I recommend getting it while it's still at that price. If you were lucky enough to get a Nintendo Switch 2, then this is certainly a must-own. There is fun to be had in almost every single area. From the amount of bananas you can get, to the amount of clothes you can get to the amount of challenges that there are, and the fact that there's still more to be had even after being the main game. There was a lot of love put into this game. And even though there wasn't a whole lot of music at first, there are still some tracks in here that I thought were absolutely fantastic, that I still thought made it worth it. There is plenty to be had in this game, and despite the fact that people were still kind of distracted just due to the fact that the Donkey Kong from the Mario movie is pretty much the version of Donkey Kong they're going to stick with from now on, it really hasn't been that much of a bother for me because I was having so much fun with the game, and I kind of liked Donkey Kong's derpy sense of humor, still just being a powerful monkey god while still having that same, sense of humor where I love bananas, I want my bananas, woo! I still got that same type of charm as I did with the previous Donkey Kong games. So I'm not sure if many people are going to agree with me on that, but a lot of audiences were still pleased with the Mario movie. I myself was, and I can't wait for the next one. So yeah, but still, regardless, this game was still a lot of fun and had so much work put into it that if you do have a Nintendo Switch 2, it is definitely worth playing. Especially if you just feel like breaking everything right now. Like, if you're just so mad right now and you just need a game to get you through all the struggling in the world right now, you could just play the game and just literally break every single possible thing that is in your way. Just... I feel like this game was made for me because that happens to me a lot. And in the end, guys, Donkey Kong Bonanza certainly made me go bananas. It may be one of the only titles right now for Nintendo Switch 2, but if you do plan on getting one and you do have one right this minute, then you need to play this game right this minute too. This game is just all around fun, and it's something that I miss seeing in gaming. This, I could say, is pretty much this year's Astrobot. In terms of the gameplay it has, the fact that there are like no limits to what you can do or where you can explore, there always seems to be something lurking in every single corner, and it pretty much will have that same sense of Mario Odyssey. The fact that that was such a big hit. And I hope this ends up being a hit as well. I'm not sure how well it's doing in terms of sales, but because not many people have a Nintendo Switch 2, if you do get one, I'm repeating at myself at this point, but you understand. This is all around a fantastic game. What I'm saying is that if you loved classic Donkey Kong games while also wanting new things from Donkey Kong, this is definitely it. There was a lot of love and care put into this game. It's fun, it's quick, it's a game that you can sink hours into, just like Donkey Kong 64. The fact that almost nobody managed to complete that game. Hell, some collectibles didn't even get found until years later. I wouldn't be surprised if they did the exact same thing with this game too. The game might not be heavy on challenge until post-game, but I just came here for some fun. I came here to collect bananas, I got that. I came here to smash things, I got that. I came to have a fun time, I got that. I came to fight some pretty cool bosses, I got that too. This game, it was everything, almost everything I wanted it to be. If you do have a Nintendo Switch 2, if you did manage to get one, you need to play this one. I don't care if it's 70 bucks. I mean, I do kind of care because, well, regardless, I still think it is definitely worth it. It made me go absolutely bananas. Just because Nintendo hasn't been making the best decisions and the fact that they've been putting a lot of dents in our pockets, that doesn't mean they still can't make great games. There are still going to be more great Nintendo games down the line, even if we do have to pay a major price. And I'm not defending the prices whatsoever. I am absolutely against that, but eventually it might be something we're kind of going to have to get used to, unless something happens. But bottom line is, I was here to talk about Bonanza, and I absolutely love the game. And I do think, regardless, when you can, if you do finally manage to find a point where you can play the game and spend your money on it, you should still play it. These people worked really hard on it, and I do think it's one of the best games to come out this year, even if it's for a system that most people don't own yet, just due to the price. But still, once I'm done with this video, I'm going to go back and play more of that post-game content, because there's a part of me that just wants to complete everything, even though I know it's probably not going to happen. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and maybe subscribe for more. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or maybe Blue Sky. Links are in the description, and I'll see you guys later. Ward out. Well, wait, I can't actually play Bonanza right now because I'm still in the jungle and my Switch 2's at home. Oh well, let's see what this jungle has. Ooh, more bananas. Yeah, nice bananas here.